nothing wrong with puppies. Are you recording right now? Is this recording? Where's this? You didn't tell me we were recording this. I didn't agree to that. You have to, before you talk to somebody, they have to agree to be on. I'm being funny.
I never take a day off, work around the clock, my engineer getting paid off. Rock like Ace up, like the weed and take off.
Wow, we're starting off fun, aren't we? Favorite sports nickname. I'm gonna have to go with Shoeless Joe Jackson. Because I just want to know how that came to be. Why was he shoeless? Did somebody take his shoes? Did he opt to not wear shoes? Did he not like shoes? I personally don't like shoes. For those that golf with me, they know I don't like shoes. I try to golf without my shoes on all the time. Sometimes by my own volition, or sometimes because of other reasons. So, Shoeless Joe Jackson. And he had a great first name.
Dogs and cats.
Oh my.
Your pros and cons.
I have to give a pro and a con to each. Pros for dogs, they're just amazing. But they're just awesome. I had a dog for 10 years, as you well know, and he was my dude. Miss him every day, and I loved him so much. I don't know if I can get another dog soon. I'm happy that I'm able to have dogs in my background right now. I'm not crying. Yep, I'm not crying. You're crying. Bad part is just that their time on here on Earth with you, you become so close. It's so short. So that's the con dogs. Cats. Why are they fun? Why do I like cats? There's one right here. We've kind of, there's a high top cat, I guess you could say now. Her name is Scrappy. No middle name. They're low maintenance. I like that. I like that. I like the cheese box. I think that's really cool. If I could do that and get away with it, I probably would. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with in a box.
Favorite baseball division outside the National League Central?
Well, I don't know if I should just be one of those guys who are just like anti-AL, but I can't help but say AL East. I'm going to say that just because of the Yankees-Red Sox rivalries growing up, when the Red Sox finally were breaking through and ridding themselves of the curse, or the Red Sox were ridding themselves of the curse of the Bambino. That was a cool time. Kind of rooted for them at the time. I think everybody kind of did. Now I don't, because they're just another big money spending happy team with a really old, crappy ballpark. But yeah, I'd have to say that. The Bloody Sock game was one that I remember watching Pedro go out there and just shell Aaron Boone's home run. So yeah, I'd say, like, memories-wise, it'd have to be the AL East. That'd probably be the case for, I think, a lot of people.
Staying in the AL East, would you freeze your head when you died like 10 million?
Well, I already plan on freezing my head when I die, so that's a yes. So, next question.
Car or a truck? I know you like the truck guy.
Even though I drive a grocery go-getter SUV.
That's right.
Please.
It's a soccer mom thing.
I do. I have a lot in common with soccer moms.
But if you were to get one truck, right? Any truck off the lot, what truck would that be?
I'm not a big car guy. All I care about is feeling comfortable when I drive. I'm not one of those people where it's like looking over at the guy at the red light, like. So I don't know, like. What trucks have the most comfortable seats? Do we know this? Does J.D. Power rank that?
I'm sure there's got to be a category.
Well, I'm going to answer that with the J.D. Power and Associates winner for most comfortable front seats.
Could be anything. Would be Ford, Chevy, Dodge, doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go with JD Power on this one.
Favorite sports movie?
Oh man, that's a really good question. The Natural is always one I liked. It's kind of like a lot of people don't even rank The Natural in their top 3 baseball movies, but I'm just a fan of people that like breaking light bulbs, because I too like to break light bulbs. Little fact about me.
Especially with Darren.
Well, no, just like,
Oh, just smash it.
yeah, I like taking little hammers and. Yep. So.
Dave, I am one step ahead of you, brother.
Oh, hammer time!
Pass it. You don't have to do this.
Why not? You make me sick!
No, so that's up there, but I'm actually going to go with The Sandlot. I watched that movie so many times growing up. When I think about the summers off from school and being at home during the day, I think of watching The Sandlot a lot, and then going outside and playing ball myself with my friends, and it kind of nostalgic, I guess.
What about a favorite non-baseball sports
Man, that's really tough. I'll come back to that.
movie? The Hoosiers, Broncos, Steelers,
Well,
Blue Chips,
no. Gosh, man. It's like I'm forgetting some basketball movies. Is there something besides Hoosiers I'm forgetting about?
Air Bud.
Oh my God! How did I forget?
I mean, you got dogs in the back there.
Yeah, dude, that's 100. Thank you for. And here's the thing about it. Anybody out there is gonna say Air Bud's a bad movie? Then why the heck? How the heck did they make like 7 of them?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of.
Guess what? There's not 7 Titanics. That could be because it sank the first time, but they could have turned it into 7 movies. They could have talked about, Leonardo DiCaprio's character beforehand and Kate Winslet's character beforehand. They could have made 7 Titanics, but they made 7 Air Buds.
That's
So,
nice.
yeah. That's just like Free Willy. Anybody want to say that movie sucks? You suck.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, if you were the commissioner of Major League Baseball, what is one rule
Wow.
you would institute immediately upon taking on?
First of all, that's an awesome question. Baseball needs to do a lot because it's losing fans at a rapid pace, and it's a beautiful sport. First of all, baseball's biggest problem is us. We have such short attention spans. We just want high octane, fast paced sports now, and we have such a hunger for it that's the problem. We can't just sit and relax without our phone in our hands and just enjoy something for what it is. So half the problem with baseball and why it's depreciating as far as viewership and fans and attendance and all that is because of us, and for all the wrong reasons. But I guess to your question, I would do something. I'd run on this platform that you have to start promoting your stars more, I guess. I don't know how you do that. That would take some thoughtful execution, I guess. But I don't think the sport promotes its stars enough. Mike Trout's been one of the best athletes the last decade, yet rarely does he come up in conversation in that conversation. So I'd say promote your stars more. I'd also let players start injecting Botox.
Just Botox, not steroids.
Well, no, Botox.
Just Botox.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge with those high cheekbones.
Right.
Real clean.
Yeah, because that people are gonna watch.
Hey, if you had a choice between backpacking through Europe or through South America, what would you do?
Well, with all due respect to my A-Works friends, I would probably end up, as you said with the sports car question earlier, I would probably end up destroying myself on a bike if I had to ride it for a long period of time. I'm kind of tall, so I'm top heavy. They could just tip right over. And I've had a couple run-ins. I grew up in a rural area, so my friends would have quads or dirt bikes, and it seemed as though every time I got on one, I got good enough at it and I got familiar with it, I'd wreck it. So I'm gonna go with backpack. That way, and it goes back to my thing. Then you're kind of going slow, and you're taking your time, you're taking in the sights, and And I've always kind of wanted to go on a really long backpacking trip anyways. I've always been one of those people I'm going to do the Appalachian Trail one of these days. Well, have I done that? No. Thanks to all you out there.
Yeah. You ain't got the time for
I
that.
have no time for that.
Hey, one concert, any band, past, present, future, that you would like to see?
That's an easy one. I can tell you what the concert would be. It would be 70 or 72? Led Zeppelin and Madison Square Garden. It's on How the West Was Won DVD, for those who have ever seen that. But Led Zeppelin, I think, is the greatest collection of individual artists to make up one band. You got Jimmy Page, who I consider to be the greatest guitarist of all time. Robert Plant, one of the most unique vocalists. John Paul Jones, he played like a gazillion different instruments, and he had a great haircut. And then John Bonham, who decided to drink and then fall asleep and then die. Swallowed his own vomit, but a great drummer. I mean, his drumming was just very unique at that time. Again, you can make a case that each of them were the best at their respective disciplines in music history, with all due respect to the Beatles. But yeah, if I could see one band, I don't even think it's even close. It would be Led Zeppelin live, Madison Square Garden back in 1970. But I think about that, and I worry that I'd run into my mom. And I don't know if I would like to see my mom in 72, I think? Yeah, so Madison Square Garden, 1972, Led Zeppelin. Yeah. Yes.
Patty might be.
Yeah.
Hey, Nike or Adidas? I know the answer to this, but just give the people a little bit of background on why you made the choice.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me, even though I'm wearing Nike flip-flops at the moment. It's Adidas. So you said the story behind that is that I think it was my freshman year of high school. I got a pair of Nikes. I can't remember exactly which. And it's for basketball season. And my shoes just kind of wore out. The part that kind of keeps the sole to the sides had like kind of worn off, and I was like literally like ripping my shoes apart. It's because I was jumping out of the gym, first of all. But yeah, but nothing Adidas couldn't solve. But so I wrote Nike. I was that kid. I'm like, you know what? Your shoes could have been better. And so I wrote Nike, and they were like, just sorry about it. And very kind of bummed. I was a kid. I'm like, oh, I was counting on you, Phil Knight. And so I bought a pair of, I think they were the Kobe Adidas that he's wearing in that poster that's off to the side here right now. Very shiny chrome. And it's when he was still with Adidas, because he eventually moved to Nike. Money talks, not comfort. And so they were starting to wear kind of in a similar way. Again, because I'm jumping out of the gym. I mean, Jesus could have given me his sandals, and it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have, I would have destroyed those too. And so I wrote Adidas, and Adidas actually sent me back like a freshman year. Your mom knows you've been gone for like 2 months to college, and send you a care package type thing. Adidas did that for me. They sent me like posters and like stickers and like just a bunch of awesome Adidas stuff, and a new pair of shoes. And they actually ended up sending me 2 pairs of shoes. And so they were Kevin Garnett's. They were the red and blue. They were the white foundation with the red and blue trim. Very, very comfortable shoes. I think I actually had the T-Max before that, if anyone can remember the T-Max. But yeah, long story short, Adidas did me right. They took responsibility for the bad shoes, and Nike just said, hey, deal with it. So yeah, I'm Adidas all the way.
What's your favorite food that would surprise people?
Oh man, if we're gonna say like would surprise people, something I like actually kind of enjoy. I think the taste doesn't necessarily. I don't think it's like, I'm not saying like I'm craving this. I never crave it, but like I don't mind it, and I kind of like it in a way. And I think it's because I know it's so good for you. But I like beets. I like canned beets. Not out straight out of the ground. That's not cool. But yeah, like canned beets. I actually think the juice is kind of good. And the juice, beta-cyanine, for those that don't know, I was a bio major for a couple years, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Biochem, And yeah, it's time for sports. My parents are going to be very disappointed in me. And so, yeah, I really do like canned beets. I think they had Chinese food. I went had Chinese today, but that might not surprise people. I'm not a very picky eater overall, as you well know. There are a few things that I don't eat. So, but one thing is I gotta get down on are beets. If they're round and they're sliced and they got the juice on it, I'll F's with it.
You're a pretty avid golfer. Do you have a golf shot in your life that sticks out from your mind? What reason?
I do. I think it would have been probably about 2009 or 8 or 10. I don't know. All the years start blending together.
Especially then.
Yep. Yeah, really. That was a decade ago. I went golfing at a course called Bella Vista out east near Philadelphia with my brother-in-law. And a very, very nice course. It was like real early in the morning. And at that, when you're younger, you just never want to get up. You just never want to get up. You could take a nap for an hour in the afternoon. You're just like, I'm just going to keep sleeping. But it was real early and I was miserable. I actually went out and played really well. My brother-in-law's an excellent golfer. And they had an island green on it. And those obviously are not common. And, I step up and I'm like, I cannot hit it in the water here. I have to hit a good shot. And meaning just keep it on the green. And I ended up hitting it was obviously a par 3, probably about 130 yards. So it's decently long par 3 for being an island green. Obviously with having a lot of room to miss. And I put it probably about 5 feet from the hole. Made the putt for birdie. But actually, I take that back. So I golfed Oakmont. I have that's up there too. But my brother-in-law, with all due respect to him, that's a good one. Thanks, Jeff. I've got to play Oakmont a couple times with my buddy Luke in college during the summer between, the previous spring and the upcoming fall. I did sort of a practicum at Oakmont because I went to Slippery Rock, so I had to drive there every day, which kind of stunk from Slippery Rock. But at the end of the day, working there and all that stuff, they let you kind of go out on certain days, based on the schedule and whatnot. So I got to golf there probably 4 times. It's everything everybody says it is. Probably harder. It's like putting on ice, as I said. But anyways, it was the last time I played. I believe it was the last time I played there, and I birdied 17. I birdied 18 on my way out. So that's kind of my favorite golf memory.
Who is the most famous or most meaningful to you athlete you've ever met in person?
Oh wow, most meaningful athlete. Is this professional?
High school.
Does Ed Morris count?
Ed Morris does count. His athletic career, unrivaled. Still going, if you really think about it.
Yeah. No.
Aside from Ed Morris.
I'm gonna say somebody most people, if I talk to somebody in Erie, they would know. I don't know why I named Erie, but most impactful athlete on me. Man, this is gonna seem like a really cheesy one, but I'm gonna say Michael Jordan. I feel like our personalities mirror each other in certain ways. Very determined guy. I feel like it's a good person to model yourself off of if you want to be successful. He doesn't settle for failure. He doesn't like failure. He'll take a loss. He'll take an L, but he does not like it, and that's very much like me.
The game's just about to start, and Michael walks over to Lacey and he points to, says, "We took care of you." Then he looks at Kent and he says, "We took care of you." And he looks at me and we take care of you today.
From when we started the playoffs, the dim look that everybody was giving us. Even I asked you in the locker room, I asked everybody, what was the feeling back in Chicago? Did it write us off yet? And when you said some of them have written us off, I said, well, tell those guys to stay home.
Get the out of here. Go anywhere but you out of here. Whoever's not with us, all you go to hell.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to pull from his determination that I think everybody should kind of look and appreciate. Look at and appreciate.
If you could give one autograph, doesn't have to be an athlete, it could be anyone. One autograph to you, somebody making it out to Joe Rhoades.
Wow.
Maybe Winston Churchill.
Right. Now you've said him, so I can't use that.
The British Bulldog.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Napoleon.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. I want to see if his writing is as short as he was.
He's definitely a little dude.
No. Gosh, man, that's a really good question in a way. I'm not a big autograph guy. I am to an extent. I think it's neat. It's memories, anything like that, any little a card of any sort or an autograph just is a way to remember things. And memories are what we have. Autograph. I'm gonna say. I think I have most of the autographs. I mean, I could say Michael Jordan here again. Probably, I would like that because he's my favorite athlete of all time too. So I'm gonna say Michael Jordan again. That's an easy answer. Cop out. I feel sorry, but yeah, probably Michael Jordan.
Boutros Ghali.
No, I was going to say Barbra Streisand.
Awesome, actually.
Yeah, like a signed picture of her.
Yeah.
Another one I have that's pretty cool is Arnold Palmer. Everybody has him. It's worth for those that don't know, I'm sure it's widely known, but his autograph's worth next to nothing nowadays. Just because he signed so many, he was so generous with his time that somebody of his stature, his autograph is worth absolutely nothing. Which I think is pretty cool. And that's why I like it. I don't like any of my autographs that I have because of money. I like them because what they mean, the memories exist, because of them. So Arnold, that's a cool one. But Michael Jordan would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
And Barbra Streisand,
Oh, well, funny girl.
the most powerful woman of all time.
Hey, if you could play one game, any professional sport, what would be? I know you're probably going to say basketball, but what would it be? Who would you play for? Give me some details. If you got one day to be a professional athlete, what would you do?
Oh man, that's actually, I'm going to surprise you here. It'd be the play for the Steelers. I had a good arm. Never played football. I had a pretty good arm. As my friends from Leechburg know, I would go to the photo day when I first started at the Leader Times, and it was like a tradition there after a while that I'd go to photo day and they'd see how far I could throw. And I was throwing it, my first years at the Leader Times, I was like throwing it 60 yards down the field, just blowing their minds. That's right. Don't got it no more. Sorry.
It's gone.
It's gone. I don't know. I haven't thrown a football in a while, so I don't know. But I always would have liked to have seen what I could have done. I think I had pro arm strength, but could I have played pro football? Probably not. Not too many people do, but it would just been fun to just try to make those throws. Just like the different throws that exist in football. All the patterns and all the routes, and trying to see how close you could even get, how many of those would get picked off, So, yeah, trust me, I would have loved to have gone back and, played a game at Cameron Indoor Stadium, as we were talking about, or off this. There's a lot of cool little. That's a great question. Yeah, I'd like to play at Acrisure Stadium. I'd like to play at Acrisure Stadium as the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, wearing number 99.
So, number 99, Brett Kiesel. I like it.
Or 100.
Yeah, 100, a triple-digit number. That's a baller move.
That's something about you. That's something that would take place in a dream. It's like, oh, dude, you have no idea. I was playing at Acrisure Stadium last night. I was the quarterback of the Steelers. I was wearing number 100. I was 100. They let me do it.
Hey, you're a bit of a fisherman, as
a little bit.
Well, maybe folks don't know that, but you're a bit of a fisherman. Where is your dream fishing vacation spot? What would you like to do? Would you like to go out in the ocean? Would you like to be in the Rocky Mountains? Where would you like to be casting a line?
This is a great. It came to my mind as soon as you said it. Wherever Fred Soilis tells me to go.
Steelhead.
Freeport girls basketball coach Fred Soilis, a big fisherman. Always joke with him that I like his photos on Facebook that he'll put up about with him fishing. He goes to the Erie often, and I can appreciate that because that's a pretty cool trip if you're going up there going for steelhead, which he does. And so I would ask him to tell me where to go. Because I'm sure he'd give a better answer than I could. So I'm going to say wherever Coach Fred Soilis told me to go.
And that's where the steelhead are. We know that.
Unless there's another. I do like muskie fishing. I haven't done that in years. Used to do that in a past life with the. We'll not go there, but yeah. I'm going to stand with my answer though. But who knows where that would be? What the the fish would be that we're trying to get. I don't know. He's coming with though. He's not getting out of it.
Yeah.
You're stuck with me.
Challenge. not just telling you where.
No, he's coming.
He's part of the trip.
Yep.
Now I'll give you a question you gave me, favorite fictional character.
Oh man, it's a great question. I didn't have this. I didn't actually think about it when I asked you because I've thought about it before. But I'm actually gonna go with Don Draper. I'm a big Mad Men fan. The show Mad Men. Parts of him remind me a little bit of my own dad. Parts of him kind of remind me of myself. Not the looks. I don't have it. Sorry. Not saying that at all. Not John Hamm. But I don't know. Just I want to say, again, it's like almost like what I said about Jordan. He could be in one moment of that show, he was like just the coolest guy, and the next he could be just somebody you're like, wait a second. But overall, you always kind of knew his intentions were good. He was always sort of like putting himself in weird situations because he was all for the betterment of a situation, and that was sometimes not seen. It wasn't always portrayed well by what he was doing. So he's kind of a misunderstood character who certainly had his flaws, but overall had a very had good intentions and had a good drive, and it was all of what he was trying to achieve was for all the right reasons, and the way he went about it and the way he did it was always kind of fun. So Don Draper, favorite fictional character.
What is one gift you got as a child that you remember as the greatest thing ever? Like, when you're a kid, 10 and under, maybe 12 and under, you get a gift for Christmas or your birthday or something like that. What is the one that you remember to this day as thinking like, this is it?
It's funny you ask what one thing was that I received that I remember. Sadly, and this sounds very shallow, but what I remember the most is what I didn't get, what I really wanted. I really wanted a tree house, so thanks, Mom. Never got the tree house. I'm going to go build one right now. I'm 34. Let's go. Really wanted a go-kart. Pretty sure my mom thought I was going to roll the thing and kill myself, so she never got me that either. And she'd always buy me random NFL teams, and when you're younger, you don't want to wear, like nowadays, maybe I'd rock like a Bears hat or something, or like, whatever, maybe. I don't know, that's tough. I don't know if I would. But now I'm more open to the idea. Even though I had some ridiculous starter jackets, but that's my point. My mom would always give me random, like, teams. Like, I had a reversible starter jacket for the Toronto Raptors. One side was chrome silver, so you can imagine I looked like an astronaut getting on the bus. And the other side was purple. So it was a lose-lose.
Even though that jacket would be baller today.
Oh yeah, back then I just looked like the first man in space. His name's escaping me now. It was a Russian. But yeah, I definitely took some flack for that one because I, for whatever reason, decided that the silver side was going to catch me less flack than the purple side. But I don't know. That's a really good question. This is maybe going to sound like a sentimental answer, but I don't remember any gifts. I remember the holidays more. The holidays were really fun growing up. So we'd always wake up before Christmas morning, if we're talking about Christmas. And my poor mother, this is before I knew Santa wasn't real, which, whoops, Santa is real.
Spoiler alert.
But I'd always get up at like 2 in the morning and, see if it was, stuff was open. And sure enough, like when my mom would sneak down or get it done, I'd like wake everybody up. I'd like, it's Christmas morning. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever. And my poor mom would videotape it. And I want to go back and watch those because her voice would just be like, I hate my son. I hate my life. So yeah, I don't know, more the memories and those kind of things and waking up and just being, my mom, we didn't grow up with the most, like some other people, but our tree always had a ton of stuff under it. My mom made sacrifices so we could have nice things. And I just remember coming downstairs and just a tree just completely full, underside with awesome stuff. And there's those memories that mean more than the gifts.
Final question for you.
Last meal. I'm gonna go with a bottle of Coke and Mentos.
Just make an explosion.
Yeah, because I don't want anybody like. Okay, you're saying if I'm getting like, what am I getting put down?
No, not getting put down.
Put me to sleep. Am I getting put down like a dog?
Hey, the world is ending. All right, there's a meteor shower, alien invasion. Who knows? You get one last meal. Pick it out.
I'm gonna go with, my son would appreciate this, because he too likes this meal. Most of the time when I get it, he eats it, and I don't get to eat any. But it's the chicken critter like 12, what is it? I don't know the ounce of the steak combo from Texas Roadhouse. You get like 3 sides. I get the salad, I get mashed potatoes, and some other starch. And then I get the steak and the chicken critters, which the best chicken strips around. Let's just be real. It's a chain restaurant. I don't care. So maybe that, or this is kind of a half answer. I'd go to Delilah's Delilah's in Jeanette, Pennsylvania. For those that know, it's an Italian market. It goes way back. Awesome stuff. If you see Delilah's in grocery stores, it comes from there. But there's an actual market that started it all. It's just amazing. Incredible meats, cheeses, breads, all that stuff. Yeah, everything you can imagine. I'd maybe just go through there, and if somebody's like, just fill up a bunch of containers, and that's what you can do. I'd probably do that, actually. And there's a pizza place in Greensburg. Here's a free plug for this place. Maybe you should sponsor us. Abby and Bimbo's Pizza. They make all of their stuff from Delilah's ingredients. They actually, when you leave there, they bag your stuff up in Delilah's bags. So their pizza's obviously awesome, man. Very authentic tasting and just very unique. So yeah, I'm either going to eat Coke and Mentos, or I'm going to go to Delilah's / Abby and Bimbo's. And no, I'm not cursing or speaking ill of anybody. That's the real name. And eat some pizza and some Italian food and wait for this meteor to come.
Or aliens.
Or aliens, which they are real. I believe in aliens.
That's true.
Spoiler alert!
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
Appreciate the candid answers.
Appreciate you.
You know me when I was younger, then I could take the whole world with me. I would find myself feeling alone. Heaven help me now, heaven show the way, get me back on my own 2 feet. I would lie awake and pray you don't lie awake from me. Heaven help me now. Heaven show the way. Get me back on my own 2 feet. I would lie awake and pray you don't lie away from me. Every night away, every day alone. Get me back on my own 2 feet. I would lie awake and pray you don't lie away from me. Gloria, will you just decide?